welcome to Finextra TV. I'm Hannah Wallace, and we're here at Merchants Payments Ecosystem 2020 in Berlin. Kindly joining me now in the studio is Sarah Tell, Vice President of EMEA at Rapid. Hello Sarah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for hosting us here at this event.
No problem at all, thanks for coming out of the event to speak with us. So, I know you've had a very exciting announcement at the beginning of this event, and off the back of that, I'd love to ask, what are some of the advantages as Fintech-as-a-Service, especially for those businesses looking to scale today?
Well, I think the best answer for that is to give our own example, and going back to the days that Rapid started. Actually, Rapid started like four and a half years ago as a consumer-facing multi-currency wallet. And we built the application, we applied for regulation in the UK, we launched the service, we're all happy, it was catching up, and we said, okay, we want to move into another country. And we looked around and we said, this is going to take us another 6 months or 8 months to scale this into another country, getting our local entity, local regulation, integrating into the local payments. It's a nightmare. If we want to conquer the world, that's 100 countries, that's 50 years.
Sure.
And we said, this is not going anywhere. That was the first lesson we learned. The second lesson is we had companies contacting us and saying, hey, you build this beautiful network, we want to use your network. We kind of did 1 + 1 and we said, you know, there's a bigger opportunity to be a network, to be a provider or an enabler for others. Instead of them going to build their network, we do that for them. So basically, we do what we call all the heavy lifting of going global. If a merchant wants to go global, they need to go in and sign local agreements, identify the right partners, negotiate, sign agreements. In many cases, you need local regulation to expatriate the funds out of the country. Now you need to reconcile, you need to manage your currencies. And this is all just for collection. Imagine you want to do disbursements, you want to run a wallet. This is a nightmare. This is not scalable if you want to do it across multiple countries. When you come to Rapid, it's like, if I can give another example, it's the AWS of FinTech. We're doing to FinTech what Amazon did with AWS to the IT market. You wanted to build your own service, your own company, you had to go out, buy servers and buy a database and buy a firewall, build it on, host it. Sure. You wanted to scale, you need to buy more equipment, more agreements. Now with AWS, one API, you're connected, one agreement, one payment, one invoice, and you're up and running. Sure. This is the same customer experience or the same journey that we provide to the global merchants. Mm-hmm. One API, one integration, one reconciliation file across the globe. And this is the major advantage. We take care of your global expansion. You take care of your business. We deal with all of your fintech-related businesses, whether it's collection, disbursements, FX, e-wallet, you name it.
So that's what Rapid does, and that's sort of your job. But what does this all mean, this platform approach mean for cross-border payments going forward?
It means that we enable the merchants to move cross-border much quickly. Instead of them having to use like generic payment methods that cover 60, 70, 80% of the market, we enable them to improve their acceptance rates, moving out from or up from the 70% or 80% into the 90, 95, almost 100%. It's no longer a game of pricing. And if you look 5 years back or 3 years back, as a payment provider, you used to negotiate with the CFO on prices. Reduce my cost. Give me 2 basis points less. Today, the discussion is completely different. The discussion is with the marketing people, with the business people. Give me more conversion, give me a better approval rate, enable me a unified customer experience across the countries, across the payment methods. It moved from a cost or a cost negotiation business into a business negotiation of how we enable the merchants their business in terms of approval rate, in terms of customer experience. It's more interesting, there is more value in it. It's no longer a price game, it's a value game.
So how is this going to help the gig economy then? And are you looking to transform payments in any particular regions going forward?
Regarding the gig economy, it's an important question because the fact that we serve as a platform and we provide multiple services, we enable the gig economy players to build what I would call sophisticated business models that otherwise they would have to manage and build themselves under regulatory regimes. Just a couple of examples. We enable them to collect cash in places where credit cards are not accepted for taxi drivers or ride-hailing companies. We enable them to, or we issue for them a debit card associated with a wallet that enables the deliverers of the world and the delivery heroes of the world to go into an off-network restaurant and pay for the delivery with a Deliveroo or Delivery Hero
So
card.
smooth the process.
Smooth the process, manage the process where we control the balances on the card through our system, or enable them to control via an API the balance on the card in real time, which is important for risk management, fraud management, and also for treasury solutions as well. And as for your other question, our focus is global. We're physically present in the 3 regions. We have an EMEA related business. We're an APAC business headed out of Singapore, and we have a North America and Latin America business headed out in California, with offices in Mexico and Brazil, opening other offices in Latin America. So typically we're looking at global businesses, and a typical customer will operate with us in at least 5 countries on a global basis.
Well, you're certainly doing some really exciting things at Rapid, and I'm looking forward to seeing the developments. But for now, I'll let you get back to the event. So thank you very much.
Thank you.